going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I'm going to talk about 5 reasons why you should pick up this BMW X1. Now, we've owned this car for 2 years. It's a 2017 X1. It's our daily driver. We love it, and we want to talk about 5 reasons for you guys, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so number 1 reason why I like this car has to be the styling of the car. Classic BMW SUV styling, the 2 kidney grills in the front. We didn't get the package with the angel eyes, but nonetheless it still looks like a BMW. Real good lines that go from the hood to the roof and slope into the very back. Definitely gives it a little bit more of a crossover feel, but still for people who aren't really looking, it's hard to tell the difference between the X1 and the X3 just because of how similar the designs are. On the side of the car, how you have the rims. These are 18-inch rims. They're not rim covers, they're actually rims that look good compared to some of the other models like the RAV4, where you get, on the base models, you get just a rim cover package and then that black kind of basic rim behind it. Just doesn't aesthetically look good. I love that this car has those lines. I love that it looks like it's a lot more than what the price is, which I'll talk about at the end of this video. All right, that's it for the exterior. Let's go ahead and just jump in the car and go for a drive. So overall, second reason why I love this car has to be the comfort of driving this car. This car is like driving on 2 giant pillows. It's amazing. I love it. Now, I would say BMW is definitely known for driving cars, so this is something that they're used to being able to do. I don't know what they do in the Springs, but taking this car on long road trips is super comfortable, super convenient. It just drives like butter. I cannot stress that enough. Now, I will say that if you are a little bit more of a driver that wants to be more performance driving, BMW does have the ability in this X1 to switch the transmission over to sport mode, as well as the engine over to sport mode, which gives it a little bit more quicker response. It doesn't shift as quickly, so it isn't as comfortable, but it does perform a little bit better. Now, keep in mind, this is not a performance car. This is not a car that will have a great top speed. However, it is very quick. It's an all-wheel drive, lighter weight crossover, not as heavy as a traditional SUV crossover that has turbocharged engine and all-wheel drive features. So it is quick off the line. It's quick if you're just trying to get in front of somebody really fast, but it does not have a high top speed. I'll plug in a video right now to show you the 0 to 60 so you guys can get a sense of it on your own. The third reason why I like this car, and I think you will too, is because of much utility this car has. This car has amazing utility. Like I said earlier, it is a crossover, but it is more of an SUV crossover than a sedan crossover. So you get a little bit more of an SUV-esque than the other way. What I mean by that is that you have a little bit higher ground clearance. This isn't as low to the ground. So you could take this off-road a little bit if you'd like to. We have driven it in Seattle, which is like driving in a third world country sometimes, how the streets are. So it does handle potholes very well. You are sitting on naturally the natural tires of the car, run flat tires, because it doesn't have a spare. Depending on who you are and how you like that, I like the non-flat or the run flat tires. It gives you a little bit more time to take it somewhere. It lets you know when you have issues. The car itself tells you when you're running low on oil. It tells you tire pressures, of course. It tells you if there's any issues going on in the car just through BMW's infotainment center. Now, I find that very, very handy, especially on a car that, it's our workhorse. We daily drive it. Something that's my more performance personal car, I could care less about that because I'm not driving it as much. But for this, it's something that is very, very useful. Other thing is you have great headroom in this car if you're a tall person. Getting the smaller base level model doesn't mean you sacrifice on any headroom, any leg room. The only caveat I would say that is a little bit of a complaint is that if you are expecting to commute with this car with 5 grown adults in here, it's a little bit tight in the back seat to fit 3 grown adults. I would say 2 and maybe a child, but if you fit 3, you're probably gonna be sitting on somebody's lap. I'm just be honest. Just gonna be honest. For the fourth reason why this car is so great is because of the reliability. You know, I think of this car more of like a Toyota. Like, the reliability has been excellent so far. You know, couple that with the fact that we extended the warranty and we also extended the maintenance plan. It's just been a cakewalk owning this car. This is probably one of the easiest cars I've ever owned, with the least amount of work that I've ever had to do and the least amount of problems I've ever had. And it's great. That's all things I want personally in a daily driver car. You know, I don't want to have to resolve certain things or have frequent oil changes. This car is just an absolute workhorse. It's stylish. It has a lot of great features. So the reliability of this car is, to me, one of the more impressive things. And I think a big question a lot of people have when owning a BMW: is it BMW reliable? Are the parts replaceable? The parts in this car is a lot more cost friendly than a part in, you know, a more higher end, high performance BMW. So I think BMW listened to a lot of feedback on what people were saying in regards to European cars in the United States. So reliability, check that box because it's there. All right, guys, now for the last reason why I love this car is because, drum roll please, because of the value. I've talked about it in the video, I said it, I mentioned it, but I have to highlight it. The value of this car is excellent. It has great looks, check. It's reliable, check. It's very comfortable and has a very good drive, check. And not to least, just an overall practical, great car with a great price. Now, when we were originally looking for a crossover SUV, the other comparable ones like the RAV4, the Mazda version, or Nissan, they all tend to be not as cheap as one might think. They weren't as inexpensive. And in fact, the RAV4, especially with 1 year newer but higher miles, was more expensive than this car. To me, that the value of, you know, the Toyota brands and the Hondas, they're long gone. They're now competing with the same price points as other European brands. These European car manufacturers are thinking, you know, we need to come out with, you know, comparable cars that people can basically buy, that's in the same price range as the other ones. So in retrospect, I think that BMW did a great job with this car. You know, we debated against the X3, but the X3 price is, like I said earlier, starts to escalate. This car is just bar none great value. So that's it for today's video, guys. I appreciate you for watching. I appreciate you for taking the time out of your day. Comment below if you want some more content on the BMW X1. We've had this car for a while. We need to do more videos, but I just want to make sure you guys are interested, so just let me know. If you own a BMW X1, please tell me your experience, if I'm on par with your experience with the car. But if not, you guys have a blessed day, and be sure to watch my other video content. I got tons of other cars that I test drive. I even test drive the X3 and the X5. So go ahead and look at those videos. You guys have a good one. Peace.